Yeah, I know. I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose, man. Today spoiler alert is in full effect. This is why I waited. Because I didn't want to, tiptoe around my passion and my opinion on certain things with this movie. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Also, A Square Podcast. Make sure you check us out weekly as well. Roll the intro because things for them get real. See you in a second.
This is Cornbread's review. This is Cornbread's review. This is Cornbread's review. Talk about the hottest movies, old and new. Cinema breakdown, grasping the truth. No acting, I leave that for the cast and the crew. They capture the cool, not theatrical rules. So you better be direct or you have to produce something to break in like last minute news and keep quiet when the real going Matt and they rules. Woo.
Yo, welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. Did you like and subscribe while you was waiting? Come on, man. Stop playing. Come on. And share it, too. Send this to your friend, boy, girl, husband, wife. If you into side chicks, into that, hey, send it to them, too, man. I appreciate it. We all a family. But welcome back for another episode of Cornbread Movie Review. If you are new to the channel, understand I do each movie review in 5 different categories. All right, acting, cinematography, storytelling. Did I get what I bought? And then is it a must-see? I add it all up, spits out a Cornbread number, and then guess what? I rank each one, and then I ain't gonna leave y'all without a forgotten movie, okay? So if you don't even know what I'm talking about, just stay tuned for that. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the highly anticipated Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Spoiler alert, full effect. This movie is still out in theaters. It is PG-13. And it's a lot of pros and cons in this too. So let's get into it. First category is acting, okay? Who is in this movie? You have Letitia Wright. She plays Shuri, man. Come on. If you see, and I want y'all to do this after my review, go back and watch the first movie. You see the growth from the first movie to this movie. Unfortunately, obviously, the tragic events, of what happened to Chadwick Boseman, but so she had to take over and be this stellar, this leader. But even just her acting skills from the first movie to this one, through the roof. Now, she does play, this is obviously a sequel, right? So she plays the same character that she was. But this movie, she's dealing with a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of confusion, a lot of I couldn't save my brother, a lot of, it's kind of low-key, let's say the ancestors' fault because they gave me all these talents, but when I really needed them the most, I couldn't save my brother, right? And you feel that, and the pain and passion from her, and the grievance, just grieving a lot throughout this movie. You feel that. It's pouring through the screen when you watch it, man. Great job by her. Angela Bassett. What? Come on, man. She's always a beast in every movie that she's in. But she had to take the leading role too, to be the queen of Wakanda. Man, she was fed up, right? She had to be the mother of one more kid, but she has to be the queen of this country, right? And trying to balance that and protect them, especially because she didn't want to lose anybody else. But she understands that America is knocking on the door and the other countries are knocking on the door trying to get what you got. And she has to juggle all those things. So great job from her, man. That certain scenes of, man, haven't I lost it all? Like, what more would you want from me, man? And that's classic. Just you feel that passion coming through as well. And then I'm going to say this individual, man, from Mexico. Shout out to Tanach Huerta. Man, he plays Namar Akukukan. Great. He's a villain, but really is he a villain? Watching this movie, you're like, you're going to be the villain. You out there, yeah, you. You're a villain to somebody. Even though you feel like passionate that you're doing the right thing, somebody's not going to like what you do. And if you have to take something or kill somebody or steal or deprive somebody from something, for your benefit, somebody is not benefiting from that, right? So you have to think about certain things like that. Great character development in just one movie. Usually with these superhero movies, they take multiple ones to get their full story or to understand them. But Marvel did a great job with this character. Perfection casting. I ain't even name everybody because, like I said, we talking about the whole movie. But perfect casting, perfect scenes for everybody. Sometimes you got somebody who's good at solo but not group acting. Let's put them in the solo acting, right? Or somebody who might be good in group acting, let's keep them here and not give them a solo scene. So way to dissect and see what everybody's doing. And these actors have to take swimming lessons because there was a lot of water in this movie. So no, you got to swim. You gotta be able to move, make it look real, especially when you guys are when the water's getting flooded and stuff like that. You got to jump in the water or fight or do certain things. So phenomenal. In the acting category, Cornbread is going to give it a 5 out of 5. All right? Good job. Next category, cinematography. A lot of great things came out of this visually. This movie was $250 million. That's more than Endgame. That's more than Spider-Man. That's more. 250? Come on, man. A lot of money spent on this. And the runtime is 2 hours and 35 minutes. So you are not this movie ain't an hour and 40 minutes, maybe 2 hours. No, you getting the whole gambit of everything that you asking for. I appreciate that. I want to say, take my hat off. Hey, take my hat off to Marvel for doing this. The Chadwick Boseman moment of silence in the intro. That's top notch. I really appreciated that. And it brought to home that yes, we lost a character and a real life person, and we're gonna say we appreciate him. This is how you do that. Good job for that in the intro. But different locations filmed in this movie too, even though, hey, I really hope y'all be going to different places, bro. But this shit, why y'all don't ever say Atlanta? This movie was filmed in Atlanta too. So why y'all don't ever say Atlanta, but y'all be saying Mexico and Honduras and Haiti and Virginia and all these other places, but I don't never see Atlanta. What's up with that? Come on, man. Y'all tripping, man. But great. Even down to the casket that the mother and Black Panther was in. Fire. Like that's like I'm envious. Like I want my casket to look like that and get beamed up from the skycraft and the airplane and just take off, man. So I thought that was pretty cool. From the water scenes, it was flawless. When you go from land and air straight to water and just look at it. I mean, obviously it's a lot of CGI, but we've seen other movies where it didn't look as crispy. So a lot of water scenes, fight scenes, great job. The soundtrack, if you have not heard this soundtrack, it's spoiler alert, but a lot of songs are in different languages. So be prepared for that. But just sit back, close your eyes, put your headphones on, and just listen to the tones and the music, and it puts you back in the set. Even the location of when you're playing music to certain scenes, perfection. I really enjoyed that. They really didn't do anything where I'm like, man, that's very creative. I think that's what hurt this. Like, from the explosions and the slow-mo and certain scenes, you kind of knew something was going to happen. So they changed the cameras out to like an action camera, different things like that. But it wasn't, I didn't leave there like, oh man, that's a new way of cinematography. So that kind of hurt it. And then I think they overdid certain costumes. A lot of the newer costumes they had look like the new Power Rangers out there. Like I didn't think it was cool, even though they stretched the boundaries and gave you new characters, something to look forward to in the next movie or the next Black Panther. The costumes just could have did better. So come on, Disney, we gotta do a little bit better on that because you guys usually hit on all your costumes. So gotta do better with that. So overall, and cinematography is gonna get a 4.5 out of 5 from me. Everything was great, but then again, it was set up to be great. So I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard compared to if this movie was $50 million and you did the exact same thing, you would get that 5 out of 5 from me. But you had everything to your disposal and you still had a couple flaws. So that's why I gave it there. Next category, storytelling. So storytelling, this is a sequel. So it starts right off where we lose Black Panther. And right when you lose them, you get the sorrow. Everybody's reminded of it. And then I'm going to say the funeral is kind of like a celebration. It's a mourning, but it's also a celebration, right? Because they're all wearing white. This is part of life, right? They accept it. Even though they don't like it, they still accept it in that culture. So I really enjoyed that. And this movie takes place 1 year later, right? Even in New Zealand, when you got the politicians trying to steal vibranium, which is going to open up for the next couple movies. Because what if they do? Then Wakanda's kind of going to be obsolete, number one. And then, y'all know, they bring in the real world in the cinematography world, right? They say art imitates life, right? So some of these are real life things of, yes, you have this, why are you protecting it? I want it. But then when you get it, you're going to do destruction with it, right? Or not take care of the planet and do certain things and kill people for it. So I like the little microcosms of the real world going into this movie as well. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future with that. Then you also get, let's say, Kukulkan's Khan's character in 1571, where you have his mom was human, and then obviously slaves and the colonizers came and killed all the people. So the family took this herb to say maybe it'll make us stronger or survive, but then it killed them and then it made them blue. That's how they were able to survive in the water. So great storytelling on two different aspects of, we already know the Wakanda situation, what's going on there, but then we're introducing a new character and a new villain, but we have to get to how did we get here, right? And why he feels like that with humans, where he doesn't, hey, I'm only killing humans because they're going to try to take what I have and what I have in my city. Now, when you get to a city, beautiful. I really like how you just don't go straight down there, right? Like when you kidnap Sherry, or, he didn't kidnap her, but kidnapped, the situation. And no, let me take you down so I can, because I know who you are going to be. So let me show you some empathy. Let me show you what I have to lose and why I'm doing this, so that at the end of the day, you don't kill me, or you fight on my side. Go down, and they have a sun under the sea, bro. Phenomenal, great. But then they said their technology isn't as good as Wakanda's, but they're putting people, hypnotizing them and all that. So it's a couple holes that we gotta unpack, man. I did have a problem with that. Some of the issues that I did have with the storytelling, right, is you have these characters who they live underwater, right? But when they get out the water, they're stronger than the people who live on the water. So like gravity doesn't play a factor. There's still superhuman strength. You have people getting shot and they just dying. And then you have somebody else get shot, it doesn't affect them. Okay, hey, I'm going with it. Maybe he's more super strength than him. But when they get stabbed and die, they get back up and just leave. So now none of them die. It's very confusing, and they didn't explain this. And you know me, Cornbread, I got to keep the same energy for every movie. Come on, man, we got to do better with that. If we're just going to magically say people are zombies and get back up and none of them ever die. So where did the other ones go that did die, right? Are they alive now? So we got to unpack that. Another issue I had was with the college girl, right? The very genius. She had the Iron Man suit. She was doing her thing. So she created a machine that can detect vibranium. But she didn't know her machine was missing. She didn't know who had it. Come on, man. You just did all of this just because you got basically dared to do it, it was impossible. And you did it. Now you ain't even keeping track of what's going on. And this is like, why you still, you'd have been a trillionaire by now. But that was just kind of like, let me just throw that in there that she created because she's smart. but not gonna do the steps to get how we got to that part, right? Because you don't get her backstory. So we have to do a little bit better job with that. Another main thing was, which the debates out there, is when Shuri did the herb, right, and she created the Black Panther. She went to see the ancestors, right, and it was pretty cool that Killmonger was there. So as I'm watching it, so FYI, I've seen this movie 2 or 3 times, right? I'm only reviewing based off of the first time that I watched it, because certain times I picked up on certain things and it answered some of my questions. I just don't think that's fair to the other movies that I only watch one time and give my review. So I'm only giving my review based off of my first watch, okay? So I had an issue with, or not I had an issue, but I had a question of, okay, when she took the herb and she saw Killmonger, it was 2 things I thought. Did she eat the wrong herb from DNA, right? Did she take Killmonger's DNA and not her brother's? That could have been an issue, right? That's what went through my mind. But let's say she did take the right one, based off of her revenge and anger, and who is she really mad at? Because if in the movies it says he died by like a disease or something happened, nobody killed him. So who is she really mad at, right? Like the anger part isn't making sense. She's mad. Is she mad that she lost a brother, or that she's mad at because I want to burn the world down? But why if the world didn't kill your brother? But does that revenge and darkness in her heart carry over to the ancestors, and then that's why she got to see Killmonger instead of her father and her brother, and I think this is after her mother too, right? After her mother died, she didn't get to see them. So a little questions, write in the comments, tell me what you think on why she saw Killmonger and not her ancestors. So let me know, because like I said, that's what I thought the first time. Even the second time, I'm leaning one way towards the other, but I don't want to get my opinion, so let me know what you think. But overall, storytelling, they took their time. They had the time to do it, and they had the support. So for me, storytelling is going to get a 4.5 out of 5. Even to the deaths of people dying, like, you don't expect that. These are A-list celebrities, man, B-list celebrities, and they out of there. And I appreciate watching movies and that happens, right? The main character rarely dies in all these movies, but when people start dying and then you have to finish this part to get to the next, I appreciate that. All right, storytelling, 4.5 out of 5. Next category, did I get what I bought? What? Like, this movie was expensive just because it seemed like it was sold out everywhere. So you have to go watch it on a specific night and specific time. But they upcharging it, put it in the big IMAX, right? I didn't see it in 3D anywhere, but the big IMAX. So you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. Premium, $15 to $20 to $30, depending on where you go. But I did not expect the queen to die, bro. Drowned up. But she did, trying to save it. So that was out of the ordinary, and I didn't expect that. You get to find out who the Black Panther is, right? Going into it with the trailer, you're like, oh man, who is it? Is it Shuri? Is it this person? Is it this person? Is it this? Who is it? You get all those answers, all those questions answered. I like that. I'm glad to see Killmonger came back. I don't know how long he's going to be in the Black Panther saga. I mean, hopefully he keeps coming back. Even the Black Panther suit, it had a little bit of gold in it, right? From remnants of him, but you still get the Black Panther part. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. I figured they would find a way to bring him back to life, and I'm glad that they didn't. They did it for the ancestors. So that makes more sense to me. I like that. And we didn't get an answer on who's gonna take over as the Black Panther, who's gonna protect Wakanda. M'Baku did a great job in stepping up. He's the machismo, the big guy who's going to protect everybody, but he still is on the side of tradition, right? Compared to Shuri, you have her in the new age technology and the new way of doing things, and then you have the ancestors, and they vote on things, and they want to protect they'll sacrifice somebody to keep the Wakanda family and the Wakanda country together and cohesive. But M'Baku showed up for, hey, I'm challenging to be the new Black Panther and protect Wakanda. but Shuri didn't show up. So I'm excited to see how that works out in the future. Lastly, way not to kill a great villain. Let me say that again. Way not to kill a great villain. Akuku Khan was cooking, doing his thing. This dude can fly, swim, powerful, as strong as Hulk. First off, Hulk's my favorite, so don't ever disrespect Hulk. Ain't nobody stronger than Hulk, but you really didn't get to see that much power, only one scene when he punched M'Baku, but I want to see more of that, right? I need to see him fighting and see him doing his thing. And now he cut one of his wings, right? Do they grow back? And why, I had to issue another thing. Why didn't he make more of him? Right? Go find one of these human chicks out there, give them some of that powder, and then have them produce babies so you can have more of you, right? So then you can become the most powerful country or whatever you say in the world, you know? So start producing more of you, not, you know what I'm saying, more gods. That's just me to you. I got you. But did I get what I bought? 5 out of 5. I had a lot of questions at the end of it, but it's okay because that's the natural progression. But going into it, they answered all of it and matched it. You get all the superheroes, even new superheroes. So I appreciate it. 5 out of 5 for me. Last category, is it a must-see? You get different cultures, which I really appreciate that with Marvel, right? All these movies is in different dialects and translations and different things like that. I enjoy that as the viewer. Everything's not just black and white all the time of being American. So you get to represent other countries because those people are watching these movies too, right? They want to feel like they are included, especially being Mexico with a Kuku Khan. Like now you got some kid who wants to be him, right? That's what it's all about. That's what got us to this point of growing up with all these Marvel characters and DC characters. I appreciate that. They took their time. It's pivotal. Take your time in making movies. I'm not saying you need 5 hours 5 years like Avatar. No, that's not taking your time. But if you got a 2 or 3 year gap, do that. Produce the movie, do some rewrites, have somebody else come look at it so you can get the best product. And this was a different direction. Please believe. This wouldn't have been, if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, this isn't how this movie would have turned out. But they did such a great job that I'm kind of glad that this movie was made, right? It didn't feel like, oh, we missed him, even though we do. But it's like, no, they did their thing. So great job on that. It makes sense for the most part. About 90% of it makes sense, which is good because in superhero movies, stuff doesn't make sense. It was the talk of the town. So make sure you go see this movie, Wakanda Forever. It is one end credit scene, which is great. They're setting up. I see you, Marvel. You got Thor, got a daughter. You got, now Chadwick Boseman got a son. You got Hawkeye, got his sidekick now. You got Marvel. You got the She-Hulk. You got all these setting up for the future. Or you can pick and choose on who you want to use, right? Even with Ant-Man and the Wasp and all this other stuff. Now he got his daughter in it. Come on, man. You know Marvel always got plans for 2 or 3 years down the road. So it's pretty cool. Great sequel. Set up the future. So is it a must-see? I'm going to say a 5 out of 5. Stop what you're doing if you have not seen Black Panther. Go see it right now, all right, after this review. Hold on 1 second. All right, 5 out of 5 must-see. So overall, for Cornbread movie review, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther receives a 5 out of 5 overall. Check out my 2022 movie review. What? Come on, bro. I'm moving to these things at the end of the year. I appreciate y'all rocking with me from day one. And if you're day 2 or day 3, I appreciate you as well. So let's get into it. This next segment is a forgotten segment. That means it's a movie that you either forgot about, you never heard of, or you need to double back and watch it again. That you be like, no, that movie is good. Let me go watch it again. All right. So let's play a game. Let's see if you can guess the movie I'm talking about. This movie has an 8-year-old fighting for his life. 8-year-old. Tell me what movie it is. What movie? Come on. I know that's a hard one, right? Or is it? I don't know. I didn't give you no year. I didn't give you no more. But, well, come on. 8-year-old fighting for his life, man. Doing his thing. Time's up. Ready? This movie came out in 1990. Does that help you? It's one of the best Christmas movies of all time. That might have been the one that told you. We talking about Home Alone, people. Come on. Home Alone came out in 1990. Macaulay Culkin, instant classic. It's that time of the year, man. So it's on TV every day. And if it ain't on TV, you can stream it. Stream it for free. This is the time where they just open up the vaults and you can watch it for free, man. So make sure you check out Home Alone. Make sure you check out Black Panther. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. A Square Podcast. Make sure you check it out. Come on, man. Hey, I'll be back next week with y'all. I love y'all. Holla at y'all next time. Peace.